Hey guys, so today, well, I did the unboxing, so I've got another My Ireland box, a little logo recipe. This is the picture to go with it. I found some inserts that fit. Well, I had to make a little slit so they would fit in the book. The papers fit this time. But I've got something to keep it for now. I do hope they'll sell binders that belongs with it someday. But I'm happy with the way I have it right now. So let's make Granny's Kitchen Sticky Toffee Pudding. And there's a lot of text here. So a sweet slice of family tradition from our home to yours. Not long ago, we were in Killarney for one of the children's matches. It was a beautiful day, full of cheers, muddy boots and proud sideline smiles. Afterwards, with rumbling tummies and tired legs, we stopped into a cozy spot in town for something to eat. And then came the moment of truth. Someone, good work, spotted sticky toffee pudding on the dessert menu. Of course, we couldn't resist. As I took the first bite, a memory stirred. I suddenly thought, hold on. Hasn't my own mother had a recipe for this tucked away for years? Back at home, a few days later, I went digging through old scribbled pages in her recipe stash, and there it was, just as I remembered. The girls and I set about making it that afternoon, and we had such a laughter together in the kitchen. When it came out of the oven, steaming and sticky and perfect, we all agreed, this one's a keeper. The very next day, I caught the girls trying to sneak leftovers into the lunch boxes. Cheeky things. Now I'm sharing this with you, this nostalgic little pudding that brings together the past and present in the most delicious way. Just like summer days in Kerry. It's warm, comforting and full of simple joy. Oh, that was a... Anyway, I started to preheat my oven to 160 Celsius. And this one asked for a stand mixer. So, well, or a large bowl. My reading skills aren't the best. So, works better, I think. Anyway, I thought let's get the stand mixer out. And I think I'm going to need this one. So let's put that in. Beat together the butter and light muscovado sugar until soft and fluffy. I'm not sure I have real muscovado sugar. More something that looks like it. Because I just couldn't find it. Often when I swap things out, it's because I couldn't find it here. This is what it looks like. I think it looks missing. Anyway, I'm going to be silent for a moment, not make past mistakes when talking through the mixer. Okay, I think this is good. And now I have to add golden syrup, and it says black treacle, but it also says you can use molasses, and that's what I have. Let's put it on. I need a tablespoon of both, and I haven't weighed it out yet because of the stickiness. Eggs and vanilla. So I've got 2 eggs, which I'm going to separate in a different bowl just to be sure they're good and I don't get eggshell in my dish. So 2 eggs. It just says add. Oh, mixing well after each addition. So I'm going to mix this. Okay. Scrape. Okay, have some one tablespoon of this. It says after each addition, but I'm going to do the molasses too. And then, let me see if I can get everything out of the spoon. So let's give this a good mix. One teaspoon vanilla. Which I'm almost out of. Oh, I need it for the sauce too. So let's keep it here. Golden syrup is in the black. The molasses in there, eggs is and so let's give it a. Now it says reduce the speed and gently fold in the flour until just combined. So where is my? I'm going to use 1/4 of a cup. Oh, and by the way, I greased that pan. I needed a 8-inch, 20 centimeter round oven-proof dish, so I grabbed that one. Okay, I turned it off for a moment. I have some flour left, but the next step, I read this next step, and it says in a small saucepan bring 1 cup of water to a gentle simmer with the chopped dates. So I thought let's do that for a moment. So that this can simmer. Yeah, I don't have enough camera, so this is going to be off camera, but chopped dates in some water. So going to bring this to a simmer. Then cook for a few minutes and stir in the bicarbonate of soda. Be careful, will foam up a bit while still warm. Fold this date mixture into your batter. So let's do it again. I think I'm happy with this consistency. Okay, bicarbonate soda, 2 teaspoons. So where's my teaspoon? That's not my tea. There's my teaspoon. Let's give it a wash because I need to add something dry with the stickiness. The most will stick to the. It says for a couple of minutes. And my part of my brain is like, a couple is only 2. So do I cook it for 2? Anyway. It needs to be in the oven for 45 to 50 minutes or until risen firm and springy to the touch. So. Not that one. And the cooking of the dates, I think, is just to soften them up a bit, right? Because they can be a bit tough. Have a chewy, leathery outer. So it's simmering. Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't even have a lot to say today. It was my mom's birthday yesterday. Well, I'm filming this the day after my mom had a birthday, and my grandmother had a birthday the day before that. So that's happening. Been working a lot. Been forgetting a lot of things a lot. But not much is happening. I've been tired a lot because I've been doing a lot. But I think I said it before, I like cooking or I like baking more than I like cooking. So, and I know filming the baking for YouTube isn't always the best way to bake something with all my distractions and not reading well, not taking my time. So, but I like doing it. If I don't do it right now, the baking things, and then I think I'm afraid I will sit on the couch and not do anything until I have to do something. Anyway, I have no idea. I didn't even look at the clock, but let's add the bicarbonate. I turn the heat off, and then 2 teaspoons. So, going to add. Let's give it a stir. Yes, the foaming. The foaming means that the bicarbonate is still good, right? So let's take this off for a moment because I have to stir in. This doesn't smell good. The person who thought of this, yeah, no, don't know what to say about it, but cooked dates. I can give it a stir just with this one. Oh. It was such a nice butter, and now it looks gray and it looks like I've got mushrooms in here. It's runny. Well, I think that's combined. I think there was still too much water left. Lesson learned for the next time. So let's pour it in. Yeah, my kitchen, I'm sorry if I often go off screen or not showing anything, because the kitchen is small, but there are some weird angles that, yeah, the way I set things up because of the mixer. Scrape. And sometimes I look at those YouTube short videos, I'm like, doesn't that looks so easy the way they do it, but yeah. Okay, my pudding didn't go in the oven, so ow. 45 minutes. I'm going to do some cleanup because I have to make a sticky toffee sauce. Or yeah, just so yeah, doing a bit of cleanup and then gather the ingredients for that, and then we'll continue. Well, that needs to be in the oven for 45 minutes, so I have some time. Yeah. Okay. The pudding still needs 12 minutes, so let's make some sauce. And the thing is, I was gathering my ingredients, and then I needed cream, and I need 2/3, and then I found out I only had 1/3. So I'm having, is that a word? The recipe. But yeah, gently melted butter. So I've got 40 and a bit grams of butter. And then a wooden spoon to break this up. And then let me read, so I do everything right. Okay, gently melted butter, dark muscovado sugar, and golden syrup in a saucepan. But the thing is, the sugar. So I'm using the same sugar I used. That's this one. I'm not sure. I think it's cane sugar. That's the word. So please correct me if I'm really wrong. But how much? 3/4. Where's my fourth? Here. So flour from the. So. Oh, now I have to. Okay. I'm going to do it the European way, I think. Let me grab a dish. Where's my butter? Let's put this on. Look. I need 3/4 for the whole dish. And 1, 2, 3/4 is 130 grams. This is now the quickest way I can do it. I could do the math, but this is the quickest. So 130 is 65 grams. So let's add 65 grams. Sugar. When I thought I was going to do it like this, I didn't think about all the math with the cups. Somebody asked me a reason why I think grams is better than cups, or something like that. Why do it the way I do it in grams? And I think this is easier. 130 divided by 2 is easier than 3/4 divided by 2, because this is 6, 8. Yeah, I probably can do it on paper, but yeah, this is so much easier. Golden syrup. So I need 3 tablespoons. Let me see where my table. Here's my tablespoon, and that's 15. So 30, 40, 45, 22 and a half. So I think I'm going to eyeball this. So it says 3 tablespoons. So definitely 1 in there. And I need new. And then half. What do you think? There was a time I could buy the golden syrup at my grocery store. The tins, I think. But I think it's not used enough in the Netherlands for them to keep it. Okay, until the sugar dissolves, so I'm going to put it a little bit higher on the flames. This can go, I think I had it here. No, I'm not sure. I think here. Until the sugar dissolves. Not yet. Now certain cream, vanilla and sea salt. So I've got phase outs. This one I don't need anymore. still feels like there's some sugar left. Yeah, I still feel some. It smells like butter in here. Oh, what did I say? I need vanilla cream, so yeah, that's okay. Don't really need anything for that. Clean up a little bit while waiting for my sugar. I'm not sure. I feel like it's not going to melt, or the sugar has a higher melting. Look, oh here. As long as it doesn't burn. 4 minutes. The cake needs 4 minutes. Or did I already crystallize? But that's not possible, right? It's cold cream. This don't say something. Oh, I don't know right now. This is me not having enough patience, or my stirring? I know stirring can cause crystallization. Maybe that's what I did wrong. Anyway, I'm going to add the ingredients because I think that the sugar would already have dissolved, right? So. And then I'm going to eyeball some vanilla. I need. So this needs to cook for simmer 3 to 4 minutes. So remove from the heat. Once the pudding is ready, poke a few holes on the top and drizzle with generous amount of warm toffee. Serve at the tables with scoops of vanilla ice cream. Looks like a toffee sauce. Let's wait 2 minutes until the beep goes. I'm going to grab my coffee, you know. So how are you doing? It's almost summer vacation here in the Netherlands. All the children free. But everything fine. Work okay, you know. That was my cake. Or is my pudding. Why is this called a pudding? Is there a reason? I'm going to turn off the toffee so I can place the cake here. Moment of truth. Oh, there's a smell. I've got a well. Look, it's a well. So my question right now is, do I poke holes immediately? I think so. Where do I poke with? Does the hole supposed to be? I found a chopstick. So. It isn't fully cooked in the middle, so I think I'm going to look. It isn't cooked. No, keep doing it. I'm going to cover it with 2 layers of aluminium foil. And then just back in the oven, because I don't want the top looks very brown to me, so I don't want the top to brown anymore, but it wasn't cooked. So I think I'm going to do 15 minutes. The toffee sauce I think will stay warm. Look, this is, oh, let me grip. I don't want to spill toffee sauce everywhere. So, and I feel like I can warm that up to make a little bit runny again, right? But yeah, these kind of things, I always question myself. Is this my mistake? Because so far I think I followed the recipe except for the sugar. I changed the sugar, but I don't think that should do that to a cake so differently. But yeah, okay, here's what I'm going to do right now. 15 minutes, check it. If it needs more, put it in there, and then I'll let you know in the end how much I did add. If I add more, pour over the toffee sauce and then let it cool for a moment so I can actually taste it without burning my mouth. So yeah, I will be leaving it to cool for a bit. So yeah, when I read this recipe, it's like, okay, this is not one of the easiest. I've got 2 coming up that are, I'm not sure if I can call those recipes, but yeah. For now, I'm going to pour another coffee, and I don't know, I'm in the middle of Chicago Med, so I'm going to watch an episode or something, I don't know. Anyway, see you soon. The pudding is out of the oven, and this is the whole
was nice for the toffee, so you got the pour. Maybe I should have filmed that. People on the internet like that, I think. But still a bit warm. So looks good. Looks fluffy. But dense at the same time. So I really need to think about this one. It really needs this toffee sauce. But there's nothing I can really describe this with. It's just, the only word I can think of is it's comforting, you know? Like, it's a good cake or pudding. It's a sticky toffee pudding. But yeah, don't know how to describe. There's no flavor coming out except for the toffee sauce on top. But it is so good. I don't have ice cream right now, but I'm going to have a piece for dessert later. And then I will have ice cream. You can see the picture on my Insta. Yeah, it's so good. But also so strange. Because I feel like I just ate a lot of sugar. Like the toffee. Yeah. And the sugar. I don't think... Well, I think I did something wrong. Because there's a lot of sugar crystals in them. Oh, and a salt crystal. Oh, but this is... Yeah. I have... What is now? 2 hours before I go to work. And this is very tempting to eat more. But yeah, I'm going to refrain myself and save it for dessert. Well, I have plenty left. So thanks for watching. I think this is one of the longer videos again, but for me it was worth it. Not so much for my pan size. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully see you in the next video. It's going to be an easier one.